Hello and welcome to My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh. India's rise in global stature was evident during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visits to France and Slovakia. From advocating the interests of the Global South at the G7 summit in Évian to deepening strategic partnerships across Europe, his engagements highlighted India's growing role in shaping global conversations, strengthening international cooperation, and advancing shared economic and security interests. Amid growing geopolitical uncertainty, India is emerging as a leading voice for cooperation, stability, and the aspirations of the Global South. At the G7 summit in Évian, France, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for stronger international cooperation, stressing that energy, food, health, cyber, and economic security are deeply interconnected in today's world. The summit also provided an opportunity to deepen India's global partnerships. On the sidelines, Prime Minister Modi held bilateral meetings with several world leaders, including US President Donald Trump, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and Japanese Minister of State for Economic Security Sanae Takaichi. His discussions with President Trump focused on expanding India-US cooperation across key sectors and exchanging views on major regional and global developments. Together, these engagements highlighted India's growing influence in shaping global conversations and advancing the priorities of the Global South.
राष्ट्रपति जी, आपसे मिलकर के बहुत खुशी हो रही है और पिछले वर्ष हम वाशिंगटन में मिले थे। उसके बाद हमारे संबंधों में एक नई गति आई है, नई ऊर्जा आई है और कई विषयों में हम बहुत मिल करके आगे चल रहे हैं। और हमारे लिए खुशी की बात है कि हमारी दोनों टीमें भी मिलजुल करके हमने जो टारगेट तय किए उसको पूरा करने के लिए भरपूर प्रयास कर रहे हैं और हम बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं।
We're doing a lot of things are happening between the United States and India. The United States is doing the best we've ever done. We have over $19.2 trillion coming in, and we're building factories, we're building everything, and Prime Minister is building a lot in the United States. He's spending a lot of money in the United States, so we appreciate that. Jobs.
Prime Minister Modi's visit also underscored the growing India-France strategic partnership. In Nice, President Emmanuel Macron and Prime Minister Modi jointly inaugurated Bharat Innovates 2026, the largest Indian deep tech event ever held outside India. Praising India's dynamic innovation ecosystem, President Macron highlighted the country's rapid rise as a global hub for technology, research, and entrepreneurship, reflecting the expanding scope of India-France cooperation in the innovation economy.
Pourquoi pour la France l'Inde est une évidence et votre capacité à innover l'est? Je dirais de manière très directe et très simple. Vous avez le dividende démographique. Un pays d'1,4 milliard d'habitants. Un pays qui depuis très longtemps a fait le pari du savoir, de l'intelligence, de la recherche. Et qui forme aujourd'hui autant d'ingénieurs que l'Europe et les États-Unis d'Amérique réunis. Plus d'1 million par an. Un pays qui, dans tous les domaines du jeu, et nous l'avons vu, toute la recherche, l'innovation et les modèles de frontières, est à la pointe de l'innovation internationale.
मित्र प्रेसिडेंट मैक्रो का इस अवसर पर यहां आने के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। प्रेसिडेंट मैक्रो अभी भारत यात्रा के दौरान आपने कहा था कि इस सदी की चुनौतियों के समाधान के लिए भारत और फ्रांस को एक साथ आगे आना होगा। आज मैं गर्व से कह सकता हूं कि इनिशिएटिव उसी दिशा में एक कदम है।
Prime Minister Modi also visited Slovakia, marking a significant step in expanding India's engagement with Central Europe. During the visit, India and Slovakia agreed to elevate their relationship to a comprehensive partnership with a focus on cooperation in trade, digital technology, defense, innovation, and clean energy. The visit, the first by an Indian Prime Minister since Slovakia's independence in 1993, underscored India's commitment to broadening its strategic partnerships across Europe and deepening collaboration with emerging economic and technological hubs in the region.
मुझे खुशी है कि इस महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र में आज हमने लेटर ऑफ इंटेंट साइन किया। इससे जॉइंट डेवलपमेंट, जॉइंट प्रोडक्शन और डिफेंस इंडस्ट्रीज के बीच सहयोग को नई गति मिलेगी।
From championing the interests of the Global South at the G7 summit to deepening strategic partnerships across North America and Europe, Prime Minister Modi's engagements reflected India's growing diplomatic reach. The visit reinforced India's emergence as a key global partner, shaping international dialogue on security, innovation, economic growth, and sustainable development. Diamonds symbolize luxury and brilliance, but their journey begins deep within the earth and now extends into science. In Madhya Pradesh's Panna, locals search for natural diamonds in hopes of fortune, while in Surat, lab-grown diamonds are redefining the industry through innovation, transforming carbon into brilliance and reshaping global trade. At first glance, this quiet region of dense forests and calm land gives little away. But beneath the soil of Madhya Pradesh's Panna lies a hidden treasure: diamonds. Spanning nearly 50 miles, this diamond belt is believed to hold reserves of around 1.2 million carats. Here, locals lease small plots of land, hoping to strike fortune beneath the surface. The diamond mining operations in Panna are regulated under the supervision of the National Mineral Development Corporation and the state government. But beyond minerals, this land carries something deeper: hope. Every handful of soil here reflects patience, effort, and the possibility of change. We met local resident Dilip Mistry, a leaseholder who recently found success after discovering diamonds, an inspiring story for thousands still searching for their moment of luck in Panna's earth.
खदान सर हम लोग कर रहे हैं 2019 से। हर साल तो हीरे नहीं मिलते, करते 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 2024 में हम लोगों को हीरा मिला है और अभी भी कर रहे हैं, लेकिन 24 साल हमारा अच्छा था।
This is Surat, often called India's Diamond City, a global hub where more than 90% of the world's diamonds are cut and polished. With unmatched craftsmanship and advanced technology, the city transforms rough stones into brilliant gems, shaping the global diamond trade. In recent years, however, a major transformation has begun to reshape the industry. Moving beyond mined diamonds, Surat is rapidly embracing lab-grown alternatives.
In a traditional industry जहाँ पे हम import dependent है, जहाँ पे हमको माइनर्स से हमको रॉ मटेरियल लेनी पड़ती थी, उस पे जो इंडस्ट्री डिपेंडेंट थी वो आज नहीं है। आज पूरी की पूरा सप्लाई चेन का कंट्रोल लैब ग्रोन डायमंड इंडस्ट्री का हमारे हाथ में है। सो दैट इज़ अ की डिफरेंस दोनों इंडस्ट्रीज़ में। और ये इंडस्ट्री की और एक बात है, जो कटिंग एंड पॉलिशिंग इंडस्ट्री है उसमें जो साइजेस लैब ग्रोन डायमंड में पॉसिबल है वो पहले नेचुरल डायमंड में पॉसिबल नहीं थी।
Today, diamonds are not only extracted from the earth, they're also created in laboratories. In just a few weeks, carbon is transformed into a flawless diamond without mining or long waiting periods, driven purely by science and innovation. Lab-grown diamonds are emerging as the new face of this industry, offering greater control over the supply chain, along with new possibilities in design, size, and sustainability.
माइन डायमंड जो है वो 1.5% पीपल पहनते हैं, मतलब एज पर कैलकुलेशन 1.5%, उससे ज़्यादा लोग नहीं पहनते हैं। तो ये जो डायमंड है हमको बाकी 5% लोग भी पहनेंगे तो कितनी बड़ी तैनात में, मतलब इसकी वो एक तो रोजी रोटी भी खड़ी होगी और उसकी डिमांड भी इतनी है क्योंकि सस्टेनेबल है और सबका सपना पूरा होता है। तो ये भारत का एक आत्मनिर्भर भारत का वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इंडस्ट्रीज भी बन जाएगा।
From the soil of Panna to the labs of Surat, the journey of diamonds is far more than a story of sparkle. It is a story of transformation, where tradition meets technology and earth meets innovation. A new chapter is being written. This evolving industry is not only reshaping diamonds, but also redefining India's identity on the global stage. Ramban in Jammu and Kashmir came alive with colors, music, and cultural spirit as artists from across India gathered for the Sanskritik Yatra Sindhu Darshan Festival. Showcasing folk traditions from several states, the festival celebrated India's rich diversity while promoting communal harmony, cultural exchange, brotherhood, and natural unity, reflecting the enduring spirit of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat.
In the picturesque town of Ramban, a unique cultural gathering recently showcased how art and tradition can bring people together beyond regional, linguistic, and social differences. The Sanskritik Yatra Sindhu Darshan Festival became a vibrant celebration of India's diversity with artists from different states sharing a common stage.
पूरा भारत एक ही है, हम ये brothers and sisters और that's why we are coming here. ये हमारा कल्चर भी प्रमोट करने के लिए आया हूँ और दूसरा कल्चर, दूसरा स्टेट के कल्चर भी हम ये देखने का मौका मिला। ये बहुत अच्छा है, एक कल्चरल एक्सचेंज का एक जगह बना रहा हूँ यहाँ।
As folk dances, music and traditional performances unfolded, the event reflected a spirit of togetherness that transcended geographical boundaries. From the rhythmic energy of Bhangra and Dandiya Ras to the grace of Gotipua and Kalbelia, every performance highlighted the richness of India's heritage while reinforcing a sense of shared belonging.
इससे लोगों में ये जज्बा पैदा होता है कि हम एक हैं, चाहे हम मुल्क के किसी भी हिस्से से हैं, हम एक हैं। बेशक हमारे कल्चर अलग अलग हैं, लेकिन हमारा जज्बा जो है कि हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं और एक हैं।
Through music, dance and shared experiences, the event celebrated the values of harmony, mutual respect and the enduring bond that connects people across the country.
Now, let's delve into World in Focus, featuring the latest global developments and events shaping our world.
Londoners flocked to the capital's canals as soaring temperatures led people outside seeking refuge, turning the waterways into a cooling hub. Narrow boats navigated through the water, whilst people lined the canal's edges sunbathing, fishing, swimming and watching boats pass through the locks. Chief Operating Officer at Islington Boat Club, Darren Greenwood, told Reuters the water attracts people when the temperatures are high. Among those enjoying the area, cycling along the canal, fitness instructor said the waterway offered a break from the hot conditions. Local business owner Holly Fisher, who owns Ripple's ice cream boat, said when the sunshine is out, more people tend to buy his products along the canal. For many people, the canals are becoming more than just scenic spots, providing valuable spaces to cool down and escape from the rest of the city. Ali Qasim, a calligrapher in Sanaa, is keeping the centuries-old tradition of handwriting the Quran alive, crafting each page with painstaking precision and care. Working patiently at his home, Qasim carefully dips his pen into ink before forming each letter by hand. The process demands not only artistic skills but also a deep understanding of the rules that govern the writing of the Quran, where every page, verse and chapter must be precisely balanced, he said. Producing a handwritten Quran requires years of practice and experimentation. Qasim said his early attempts helped him test different papers, pens and techniques before embarking on the larger project of copying the holy book. The tradition of hand copying the Quran is historical and was once the primary means of preserving and disseminating the Islamic holy book before the advent of printing technology. While printed copies are now widely available, handwritten Qurans continue to hold cultural, artistic and spiritual significance. The origin story of Legally Blonde's famous character Ellie Woods is being told in the prequel Ellie. The cast of the new show celebrated its upcoming release in New York. Newcomer Lexi Mindtree, who stars as Ellie, was moved to tears when talking about sharing the moment with her family. The original movie was released in 1995 and starred Reese Witherspoon as Woods, a seemingly unprepared Harvard Law School student who ended up shocking her naysayers and graduating with respect. 25 years later, Witherspoon is serving as an executive producer on the show and said now is the right time to bring this character back. The 8-episode series will show Woods navigating the highs and lows of high school from love, friendship and fashion.
As cities grow, building a home has become increasingly expensive, with rising material costs pushing home ownership out of reach for many. But what if a house could be built from materials others throw away, and at a fraction of the cost? In southern India, an architect and nature lover has turned that idea into reality, creating an eco-friendly home built largely from recycled materials. Meet G.V. Dasrati, a nature lover who set out to challenge conventional home building. His guiding principle was simple yet radical. Not a single new item would be purchased for the construction of his home. The result is Kachra Mane, or the scrap house, a home built largely from materials that others had discarded. Reclaimed timber, salvaged windows, recycled glass, and repurposed fixtures have all found a second life here. More than 80% of the house is made from recycled materials. Far more than an architectural experiment, Kachra Mane demonstrates how waste can be transformed into value, creating a home that is affordable, environmentally responsible, and beautifully sustainable.
जो भी हमने इस्तेमाल किया हमारे घर के लिए जो मटेरियल है, तो एक तो ये जो सारा लकड़ी देखते हैं आप, पाइन वुड है, पैकिंग केसेस जो आते हैं ना यूरोप कनाडा से मशीनें आती हैं, तो उसका जो पाइन वुड है तो यूज्ड पाइन वुड है, और ग्लास तो 85-90% तो डेमोलिश्ड बिल्डिंग से है, और सेरामिक्स जो हैं बाथरूम के जो फिटिंग्स हैं, वॉश बेसिन या कमोड या टैप्स वगैरह सारे used हैं.
Designed to work with nature rather than against it, the house features more windows than doors, flooding the interiors with natural light and allowing fresh air to flow freely throughout the day. The result is a bright, airy living space that relies far less on artificial lighting and energy consumption. There are no air conditioners or energy-hungry gadgets here. Instead, every element of the home has been thoughtfully designed to maximize comfort through simple, sustainable solutions, proving that good design can often achieve what technology cannot.
करीब 15 लाख के अंदर बन गया था ये करीब 1700 स्क्वायर फीट का घर, उस टाइम में देखो बाकी घर जो बनते थे नॉर्मल घर वो 35 to 50 lakhs में बनते थे। ये इसलिए हुआ कि हमने क्लेवरली, हमने नहीं, दास जी के साथ बैठ के मटेरियल्स जो चुना है हमने, हर चीज़ जो छत का वुड लो, विंडोज़ लो या तो वॉश बेसिन्स लो, ये सब हमने रीयूज मटेरियल से किया है।
More than just a house, this is a blueprint for sustainable living. Solar panels power the home, rainwater is harvested and reused, and every design choice reflects a commitment to living in harmony with nature. Today, Dasrati and his family enjoy a comfortable life in a home built not on excess, but on ingenuity. Here, sustainability is not a compromise. It is a way of life where simplicity, resourcefulness, and a deep connection with nature have become the ultimate luxuries.
अब हमें बहुत गर्व है कि हम ये रिस्क ले ही लिए और घर इतना सुंदर और सुंदर ही नहीं है, मौसम भी हमारे घर के अंदर आ ही जाती है। हमें लगता है कि हम प्रकृति के बीच में ही रह रहे हैं। और ये सब के ऊपर और एक अच्छी बात है कि हम दुनिया के लिए भी कुछ किए हैं ये करते हुए, और शायद और भी लोग ये देखकर हिम्मत लेंगे कि ऐसे निर्णय ले लें।
As the world searches for more sustainable ways to live, this home offers a simple yet powerful lesson. What we call waste can become a valuable resource. Sometimes the future of housing is not about building more, but about reimagining what we already have. Imagine a destination where great food, a calm atmosphere, and a laid-back vibe come together seamlessly. Welcome to Gangtok, one of India's fastest emerging tourist hotspots. Its true magic unfolds in the evenings when the streets glow with lights and cafes come alive with youthful energy. For today's generation of travelers, this is no longer just a trip. It's an experience that stays with them. Evenings in Gangtok are no longer just the end of the day. They are an experience in themselves. As the sun dips behind the hills, the town comes alive. Streets glow with warm lights. Cafes turn into lively hubs for food lovers and conversation. Under soft lighting and open walkways, life slows down just enough for people to connect, unwind, and lose track of time as night quietly takes over.
आप यहाँ गैंगटॉक में घूमने आए हो?
जी हाँ, हम लोग का अभी रिसेंटली एग्ज़ाम ख़त्म हुआ है तो हम लोग थोड़ा सा सोचे कि फ्रेश हो जाते हैं और थोड़ा सा फ्रीडम वगैरह इंजॉय कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा गैंगटॉक घूम लेते हैं। बहुत ज़्यादा हम लोग तारीफ़ सुने हैं कि गैंगटॉक अच्छा जगह है, थोड़ा सा यहाँ का शाम लाइटिंग वगैरह अच्छा है और यहाँ पे बर्फ़ वगैरह भी देखना था। जब हम लोग जहाँ से बिलोंग करते हैं वहाँ तो नहीं है बर्फ़, वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी है तो हम लोग को ठंडा का मज़ा लेना था। मेरा फेवरेट सीज़न विंटर है।
तो अच्छा लग रहा है यहाँ पर?
यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। बाहर निकलने पे ऐसा लग रहा है कि हाँ, शाम भी इतनी सुंदर हो सकती है।
In recent years, Gangtok has seen a rapid rise in cafe culture. Each cafe carries its own distinct vibe. People don't just come here for coffee, but to slow down, find space, and spend time with themselves or others. Amid laughter, quiet moments, and meaningful connections, these cafes have evolved into more than just places. They have become experiences that define the city's new rhythm.
गैंगटॉक में ये कैफे कल्चर मतलब इवॉल्व हो रहा है। आए हो 20 साल में, आपने कुछ फोकस करा होगा। यहाँ के कैफे कल्चर के बारे में आपकी क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन है?
2 साल पहले जब मैं यहाँ आई थी तो थोड़ा सा मतलब 1-2% थोड़ा सा मैंने कैफेज में कम भीड़ देखे थे, बट अभी 2 साल बाद पूरे चेंजेस आए हैं। अभी शाम होते ही और यहाँ पे भीड़ बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है और यहाँ पे वाइब बहुत हैपनिंग हो जाती है। आपको एकदम फैशनेबल यूथ दिखेंगे, स्पेशली लड़कियाँ। हम लोग तो जैसे झारखंड से हैं तो उधर इतना फैशन है नहीं, तो यहाँ पे डिफरेंट तरह के फैशन, खाना भी डिफरेंट, यहाँ कैफे का वाइब भी एकदम डिफरेंट होता है।
This fast-growing cafe culture is doing much more than offering comfort to tourists and boosting business for owners. It is also opening new doors of opportunity for young people. From chefs to musicians, every talent is finding a stage to shine. Bands like Swaram are emerging as the new voice of Gangtok, where live performances in cafes create raw, intimate, and authentic connections between artists and audiences, turning everyday evenings into memorable experiences.
मैंने सुना आप बहुत अच्छा गाते हैं, मैंने अभी आपको एक्सपीरियंस भी किया। मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि ऐसे कैफ़ेज़ में आपको कितनी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है आगे बढ़ने की?
जैसे कि मुझे पता है पहले से मैं जब यहाँ पर आया तब मैं एक बिगिनर था, अभी भी मैं लर्निंग ही कर रहा हूँ। सो अभी हम लोग का यहाँ पर जितना भी परफॉर्मेंस करते हैं, गेस्ट सभी एंजॉय करते हैं और यहाँ पर ऐसे ऐसे गेस्ट आते हैं जो म्यूज़िक लवर होता है और कोई बड़ा मतलब थोड़ा बड़ा उसमें रहने वाला आदमी लोग भी आते हैं और हम जैसा यूथ म्यूजिशियन भी आते हैं और बहुत वो लोग हमको अप्रिशिएट करते हैं और इसी वजह से मतलब कोई गेस्ट हमारा इस परफॉर्मेंस के अच्छे होने से हम लोग का थोड़ा स्टेट में नहीं, यहाँ से बाहर भी हमको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है।
Tourism destinations across India are now embracing a new vibe, where cafes, music, and community culture are reshaping how young people experience travel. Gangtok is just one example of a much wider shift. Across the country, tourist hotspots are evolving into lively cultural spaces where cafes, live music, and shared experiences are giving travel a fresh, more meaningful identity for the younger generation. From its vibrant food culture and lively cafes to its peaceful charm and youthful energy, Gangtok offers memories that last long after the trip ends, making it a favorite among today's travelers. And with that, we wrap up today's episode of My India. I'm your host, Sarah Walsh, and we'll see you next week at the same time. Goodbye and take care.